So a couple of years ago, a new product came out on the shelves called Not Your Father's Root Beer. It was an actual beer. It wasn't a malt beverage like the Club Tales or like Mike's Hard Lemonade. It was an actual beer brewed with ingredients and special flavors to make it taste like a root beer. And the market just exploded with those. I remember for a couple of weeks I couldn't find it. Going into Total Wine or to any grocery store, you had to talk to somebody to figure out when the next shipment was coming in so that you could get some. I think Total Wine was even doing prepaids for them. And shortly thereafter, I don't know if Not Your Father's Root Beer was the first one or if it was just the one that became the most popular, but the market kind of became saturated with these alcoholic root beers. I've tried most of them, and doing a normal video for those didn't really seem like a lot of fun. So what I've done was I had my sister help set me up a blind taste test, and I've got 5 different root beers here to try. I've got the Not Your Father's Root Beer. That's the wrong bottle. Best Damn Root Beer. We have a Sprecher's Fire Brewed Hard Root Beer in Coney Island. And then just to mix things up, I went ahead and picked up a Sprecher's Regular Root Beer just to kind of throw myself off a little bit. And so I've got 5 little cups here labeled with numbers. I don't know what's in each one. I've got a little sheet over here that tells me what they are. I have not seen that, and I will not look at it until after I have tried to figure out what each of these are. So, starting with the first one here. And I'm not going to smell them because they all pretty much taste like root beer. I'm not really getting any sort of alcoholic taste or bite from that. So that might be the regular. But as I progress, my decisions may change. Going to the second one. Now that definitely has a little bit of an aftertaste to it. And it's kind of hard to pinpoint that one. It tastes a lot like the first, so I'm going to guess that that's the Sprecher's Hard Root Beer. Going to number 3. Now again, this one has kind of an aftertaste. I think I saw my face going in the monitor there. Not a very good aftertaste. I'm going to adjust myself here a little bit. I think that might be the Best Damn Root Beer. When I tried it probably about a year ago, I accused it of being a big fat liar because it was not the Best Damn Root Beer I have ever tasted. On to number 4. Now the other problem is, and I should have thought this one through, everything's kind of blurring together right now. But I'm going to I think that's the Coney. So if I've been right so far, this should be the Not Your Father's. Let's see what happens here. Oh, I've been way off. Good God, I don't know what that is. That is, oh boy. Ooh, I may be way off on some of these. These are the two I'm unsure about. Let me go back to, this is the one that I thought was the Sprecher's Hard. And this was the Coney Island. I really should have thought this through a little bit more. Everything just tastes like root beer now. Number 5, there's definitely something very wrong there. All right. I'm going to say number 5 is the best damn root beer. And I'm going to go there and then right there. So, God, I am probably way off on these. This was a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. Let's go to the cheat sheet. All right. Number 1, I said, was the Sprecher's non-alcoholic root beer. I was right. Number 2, I said, was the Sprecher's hard. Oh, number 2 was the Not Your Father's root beer. Lily is very disappointed with those results. But it's pretty good. Not Your Father's root beer, I've always been super happy with. It tastes like root beer. You got a little bit of the alcoholic taste afterwards. You put it into, or you put a scoop of ice cream in there. It's delicious. You can never go wrong with that. Number 3, I said, was the Coney Island. Oh, number 3 was the best damn root beer. Yeah, again, best damn root beer. Flat out liar. It's not as sweet. There's a weird taste afterwards. I'm almost sure that this was a malt beverage, using artificial sweeteners, or I got a cat behind me. Using artificial sweeteners or flavorings, something like that. The taste is off, and I can only imagine that it's the same for the orange and the ginger ale that they also have. Not Your Father's also has a ginger ale and a cream soda. Both exceptionally good. Of course, now I've been drinking root beer, so I'm all irpy. Number 4, which I thought was Not Your Father's root beer, is in fact the Coney Island. Again, not bad. It actually tastes a little closer to an actual root beer than the others. Little sweeter. Not as much of the alcoholic bite on the end. And again, I haven't tried. They have an orange soda, and I want to say a ginger ale too. I'll have to go out and get those sometime. Which of course means the number 5, which I thought was the Not Your Father, or the best damn root beer, is actually the Sprecher's Fire beer. Or no, what is this called? Fire Brewed or Fire Brand, which is surprising. Oh God, because the regular, this root beer is actually really good. So I don't know if I just got like a bad batch of it or what happened, but this, ooh, it's like there's no sweetness to it. There's like a little bit at the very front. If I had to guess, any of them had an artificial sweetener in it, that would probably be the one. Because I've had a lot of things in my life that have artificial sweeteners in them. And that's the kind of taste that you get. And it just, ooh. I thought Best Damn Root Beer was going to be the worst. It is actually the Sprecher's. So, in my own personal opinion, stay away from this guy. I think I've seen they've got a couple other things out, a cherry soda, and I think they might have a ginger ale as well. I might try it again just to see how it goes. I might, in another couple of months, buy another bottle just to see if maybe I got a bad brew on it. But yeah, best The best one was the Not Your Father's. The worst, unfortunately, the Sprecher's. Going back to Not Your Father's root beer, like I said, that was the first one I ever tried. Fell in love with it. Found out that in some states you can actually get some that are higher alcohol content. I think I saw like a 8 and a 10 maybe. I don't know how that affects the flavors. Hopefully I can find some and find out. But they now have, this is the bottle I pulled out by mistake earlier. They have another brand called Not Your Mother's. This is the apple pie, which is very good. It's almost a light beer brewed with apples and vanilla and cinnamon, so it's very nice, very refreshing. Good for a summer night. It's spring, early spring right now, but as we get into summer, that'd be really good. And they also have a Not Your Mother's tea, which again I have not tried. It's been, according to the label, brewed with actual tea leaves, so it's probably got to taste pretty good. But if you see any of these out there, if you see any of the Not Your Father's, I'm going to go ahead and recommend you pick those up. Went out today, bought some new stuff. That's why I went and did this video, because I got a clear room in the fridge. So I will see everybody then. Bye.